Hi everyone. Myself, Ms.Parkavi, working as an assistant professor in VSB Engineering College, Karur. We are going to learn about introduction of operating system. So, in this next slide, Unit 1, Introduction. It consists of various topics. First is computer system, elements and organization, operating system overview, and objectives and functions, and evaluation, and etc. In this IOS, the course outcome is CO1, analyze various scheduling algorithms and process synchronization. This is a table for a COPO mapping for your reference. And the next line, agenda. The agenda consists of five topics. First topic is computer system, elements and organization. Second is operating system overview. And third topic is objectives and function OS. And fourth is evaluation of operating systems. And fifth one is operating system structure. And then next slide is what is computer system? Introduction. A computer is an electronic device. It accepts data as an input and it is used to process the data and it is used to produce a meaningful output and stores the information for your future purpose. And next slide is elements of organization. And this diagram represents the elements of organization and how the elements are processed and organized in a form of structure. So this is the main concept to elaborating the operating system. These are all consist of many components. First one is disk memory. So disk memory is nothing but secondary memory of operating systems. It is used to store a program into a random access memory. And the next element is primary memory. The primary memory is a RAM. RAM is nothing but random access memory. And third is program. The program is a set of instructions stored in the main memory and it consists of lot of instruction. So and then next is instruction format. The instruction format consists of three modules and first one is mode and second one is OP code and operation plan. Then it is lends to a process CPU. The CPU is a nothing but it is a heart of a computer. So the next is an instruction type code. So it is used to store the program and execute and decode and then finally they fetch the data into the operating system. And then next slide we discuss about main topic, what is an operating system? The system. So operating system is a nothing but a system software act as an interface between user and hardware. And it is also manage system resources such as CPU, memory, and I/O devices and storages. And it is used to provide process scheduling and memory management and file system. And last, ensure security and multitasking and efficient system performance. These are all the main operating systems are Windows, Linux, Macs, and Androids. So Windows means market leading desktop OS, Linux open source powers, and Macs premium integrated experience, and Android is nothing but mobile OS. Then next slide is we discuss about objectives and functionalities of operating system. The main objectives are process management, memory management, file management, and security. And last one is command interpretation. So first we now know that process management. So process management is nothing but a create and scheduling the data and terminate the process efficiently. Then memory management, it is used to allocate a space for a data and it is used to allocate dynamically for a programmers. And third one is file management. It is used to organize the data and stores, retrieves and products and data files. And security. Fourth one is security. A security, it is used to guide safeguards for a data. It is act as a safeguard for an operating system from unauthorized access. And finally, the command interpretation. Command interpretation is a process for user commands via shell for GUI interface. GUI is nothing but graphical user interface. Next slide, we discuss about evaluation of operating system. So in this slide consists of how the operating systems are evolved. So first, a journey of even 7 decades of innovation and transformation. In 1940s, the operating was introduced. So 1940s, the DOT was introduced in the operating system and it leads to program was run directly for hardware using machine language. And second, later that 1950s, the batch processing was introduced. Introduction of batch processing, the systems like GOMs and revolutionary efficiency. And later 1960s and 70s, multi-user era was introduced for operating system. It is concludes of multi-programming and time sharing, enabling and multi user simultaneously. Then finally, 1980s present personal computing was introduced. It consists of graphical user interface domain and making computers accessible to anywhere at any time. And finally, it in this generation we are using OS found in all these components. So like PCs and smartphones, embedded devices, IoT, and cloud infrastructure. And next slide, we want to discuss about the structure of operating system. So the structure is one of the main architect in the operating system. So it consists of a layered architecture. So it consists of mainly the three layers. First one is user. So user interact with the interface by using commands. And second layer is bridge. So bridge and interface and hardware and manages resources. And last one is finally application. Application is used to run tasks using OS services and APIs. So this is the system architecture for a operating system. So then next slide we want to discuss about the types of operating system. The types of operating system consist of four mainly types. First one is a single user operating system. Second type is multi-user operating system. Third, real-time operating system and mobile operating system. So in the single user operating system is designed for a only user at a time. It used for a one user at a time. It is like example tasks. So it is a simple architecture and limited multitasking. This is a simple user operating system. And second type is multi-user operating system. It supports a multiple users simultaneously for a use. So it contains examples Unix, Windows, and services. So then it is used for an enterprise solution and it consists of a advanced security in a operating system. Then third operating system is a real-time OS. So it is nothing but it responds instantly to the inputs. It is embedded system. It is a mission critical task for handling all the critical conditions and it is a deterministic behavior. So then finally the fourth operating system is mobile OS. It is used for an optimized for productivity of an operating system. It consists of Android and iOS operators. So it consists of touch interfaces and power efficiency. These are all the main types of operating system we are discussed in this syllabus. So next, current using popular operating systems today. So first we are using Microsoft Windows, then Macs, then Linux and Android iOS. So Microsoft, it is used to dominate desktop market with intuitive GUI and extensive software and compatibility. So next Macs, renowned for seeking design and seamless integration with Apple software and ecosystems. And Linux, open source champion widely adopted in severe and software development. Then last one is Android iOS. Power billions of mobile devices and worldwide optimized with experience. So these are all the percentage to currently used operating systems. So 1.4 billion users are Windows using operating system and 3 billion Android users are large in mobile OS and 90% is server market using a Linux operating system to today's. So then thank you. Uh, I don't know, many, many,